All right, so today's video, we're watching a Gold 3 Doomfist on PC. Now, they say I have been sweating bullets in this Gibraltar game after the enemy team immediately counter-swapped me after the first fight. We got stuck a couple times, but ultimately managed to push the payload through in overtime. The enemy team, not to anyone's surprise, managed the same. On the other hand, I absolutely don't want to blame anyone else on my team, as they all played so well and were such sweethearts, not minding me sticking to Doom into hard counters. Maybe it was just a team diff. Who knows, but what do I know is that you'll have a blast watching this VOD. So basically, we have a gold Doomfist who surprisingly isn't blaming their teammates, and I guess wants to know where to improve at with this one, so we'll see. Wonderful. Already a dominating performance right there. That was cool looking. Yeah, looking pretty cool there. You know, so far everything looks cool. I forgot about this Sigma skin. This was like an early Overwatch 2 skin that looks cool. I just kind of forgot about it. Honestly, not a bad start, though. I mean, immediately, of course, they immediately go Sombra, right? Like, why not go Sombra? Classic. Yeah, I get to experience. I don't see that as much in, like, top 500 games, but when I play quick play, if I even remotely walk out of spawn as a tank, someone's on Sombra in quick play. You know what I'm saying? Like, you load into a quick play game, they go, okay, do they have a tank? I'm going Sombra. But, I mean, truthfully, it is a good swap, I guess, with Doom here. Like, I don't mind that swap. The Orisa, no surprise. So far, I like your ability of, kind of keeping the doorway, like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of stuck there. Or, like, keeping the doorway. That was a good job by you. Not a bad start for you. They need to charge up his punches up more. I think a lot of his punches, though, are off of charge punches, and sometimes you don't need to overcharge those punches if you're just trying to get, like, the CC reduction and, like, build the shields. Meteor strike. Doing like more of the short punches. Yeah, I mean you're just doing that. You do that sometimes to like to CC. Like that was a good distance on punch. Like sometimes it's good to just like disrupt the team and build some shields too. Like I'm okay with like the way that you're punching so far. Doesn't mean it's perfect by any means all the time, but I think like you kind of have a general idea of what you want to do. So on hold an L for Overwatch. I mean, listen, it's Doomfist Ultimate, right? Like I'm surprised if Doom Ult even gets in a limb. They still had high noon up, by the way. I don't know if you... Yeah, there you go. So, you know, sometimes people be like, oh, they went hard counters, and, like, they go, like, one counter. Yeah, that team has gone... Cassidy, Sombra, Orisa. Yeah, no. This is a pretty tough game for you. Oh, you're having a blast. This reminds me of my quick play games. By the way, when you see these moments like this, it's why you're seeing more and more Orisa just being played, because Orisa is like one of the few tanks that can handle like all of the counter swaps right now. You have punch coming up. Yeah, see, that's the one I call where you kick a field goal, where you go to do this punch, it looks like it's impossible to miss, and then you kick a field goal. It's great. I don't really have... I think the Doom gameplay so far has been kind of fine. I don't think it's been like, you know, obviously there's some things you can work on, but I think overall I actually haven't been really upset with the Doom play. I think you're hitting most of your punches, most of your mechanics, you understand what you want to do. Heck, you use your ultimate without saving it, you got stuck below. Like, there's a few things there, you didn't get anything with it, but like, you have a charge punch now. I mean, sometimes Dooms just get a charge punch, and they just do it to get a charge. Yep. Going down there, slamming in. Getting the Sombra, getting the limbs. Like, I'm fine with that. J Blaster, thanks for the future surprise. Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah. That seemed fun. Yep, that's the tank experience right there. You get a Orisa ult and an EMP, and everybody else is like, you know, I get to survive that, so. You're watching that at 2 p.m. Eastern, so, you know, like 3.5 hours. All right. Okay, I think the first thing I've seen, I think the first thing that I've seen from you that I think you could improve on a little bit, I find that at times you're a little bit like going into your block, but you're not really caring about the Sombra. I think you need to be a little bit better with your block usage at a certain point. I've seen you a few times now get like an angle and then just get hacked. Just a little bit, you're being a little bit too like, I need to charge my punch, and then the Sombra just hacks you. And that Sombra's playing more like a Cassidy right now. They're just sitting there waiting to hack you, so like sometimes you can play around that a little bit, especially if the Sombra's willing to not do anything else with it. They're gonna eventually try to go for a hack that you'll just be able to get it. I'm not gonna overanalyze some of the missed punches. I think that just happens. No, that's just their name. Here's Venture. Well, can we talk? You know, I want to talk about how cool like the Venture animations are and how like smooth they are, and like it doesn't feel like out of place either. Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't seem like it's like laggy. Everything, the animations, the way it plays, etc. It looks great. I always notice that when I see like a Venture like go from like a high elevation to a low elevation. You know what I mean? Like how smooth it is. Yeah, that you had nowhere to go there. I'm okay with that one. You had nowhere to go. Yep. I mean, listen, do I even need to tell you what not to do there? At this point, I think you see that, and like, you're like, yeah. Sometimes you gotta stop trying to force a play, especially if you're gonna stay on the hero. And we already know you're kind of at a spot where it's not gonna be advantageous for you. So like, you gotta be a bit careful on that play. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need to slow your rotations down a little bit. Go for a bit more map control. Like, you know, it's harder to face tanks. Now though, those are the missed punches that can definitely make it harder for you, so be careful of that. It feels like you're almost trying to rush your gameplay a little bit. When sometimes when you're playing against what you're playing against, you need to slow it down a little bit. I don't know how that missed. I honestly probably would have missed that punch too. That looked like it's good. And you kind of like even though you're playing fast here, you've slowed down. Like you're not going backline, you're slamming around, you're using your cooldowns. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, this is a little bit better of that approach. Do you see how, like, you didn't have to just dive into their team to make that play happen? You get what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have to dive in there and just do, you know, that's what I like right there. I think you played that much better. Like, that was better. And you see the results of when you're not just slamming in on cooldown over and over again and how that's a better result for you? That's where I see, like, a good play happening. And I want to see more of how you did that and just slamming in. Oh yeah, I mean, getting counter-pups is great. Yeah, I don't know what your plan was right there. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know what your plan was right there. Oh yeah, yeah. Not bad. Still a bit tough, but I see the vision on that one. I think it's a little bit too aggro, but I'm also at the same time, like, as Doomfist, it's kind of okay to go in there, like, get a pick and just get out. Whenever I play against, like, a really good Doomfist, what makes it so frustrating is not their ability to stay into the backline on the team. It's the inability to get them off of a punish and a limb. I think you have a general idea of what you want to do, and, like, your mechanics are working there, but sometimes you're overextending for too long, and the pick you're getting, all that's doing is adding an extra limb on the scoreboard for you to be like, I have 25 limbs. When in reality, like, get the limb, get out, reset. I like that. Now get out. Good. See that? That right there is an example of that. Granted, there's a lot less happening to where they can follow up on you, but that's a good example of a good rotation. You go in, you get in the limb, you get back to your team, you survive. Now you can go back in after, follow up on the limbs, clean team fight. Now imagine if you go in there, you overextend, the Orisa rolls you, you fall over, now there's a different team fight happening. All right, here we go. Nice job getting the limb. Just be a little bit careful there because you punched in, and then, like, because you actually hit your target, you might have been rolled by the Orisa. Thankfully, the Orisa didn't, like, do anything past that, but yeah. Meteor strike. That's an ultimate. You can get hindered, maybe. Nope. So you're good. Staying in here is fine because there's two supports that have no cooldowns at that point, so you're fine there. You see the Venture on car, you can go get them over there. You'll see them. Yep. And you definitely have cleaned up your gameplay a bit for sure. Like, I can say without a doubt, you definitely cleaned up how you're playing a little bit, which has been super cool to see, so. Do I even need to say anything on this one? Do I even need to... While you're going for a cool punch, and I agree it was a cool punch, you're the only one who's going to experience that. All your teammates are seeing is a Doomfist getting rolled in their backline. Yeah, you know, real talk, by the way, in that situation where they're just diving your team and they're a little bit already committed, just try to, at that point, it's funny because I just talked about not going all in. That's a very niche situation where you need to start the card anyway. So, like, you can't really peel for your teammates. Your teammates need to kind of worry about that on their own. Just go to the back line. Maybe you get a trade or two, and then the fight changes. Sometimes it's okay to trade, and that's a situation where, by the way, you are lucky that you hecked up that play. Because if you just did that, you're going back to spawn real quick. Oh, you're overcommit again. You're all in. Yeah, there it is. And back to spawn. You need to try not to overcommit as much as you are, okay? Go back to spawn here. Oh, okay, we'll see how this goes. Maybe it works. Style points? Okay, yeah, I mean, hey. I gotta give you credit on the style points. I'm still kind of hoping that Blizzard will add the new modifier to rank called style points, but they still don't have that right now, so it's kind of a... Alpha, thanks for the 100 bits. Thank you, appreciate it, thank you. Maybe we need to give that feedback to Blizzard. Listen, maybe there needs to be a style points part of the ranked modifiers, you know? Was that in that game? I didn't even realize. That's funny. Good patience there. Don't slam in yet. Nice. Good job. Good play there. You just engaged out. You didn't overcommit. I'm okay with that for now. That punch is fine. That punch is that's one of those 50-50 punches where, like, if you miss that punch, it's not good. But it was gonna be hard to miss that punch. You made a good play. Nice. Yeah, exactly. You gotta add the style points. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I agree. All right, here we go. Not a bad punch, not a bad play. So far, a pretty good defense. Remember, just don't overcommit. You're hitting your punches. I'm fine with that. Mechanically, I feel like you understand how to play Doom. It's just getting you not to overcommit. I think you overcommit sometimes. Like these moments, by the way, do you see these moments of like good position and good play? This is why your team is also having a good go of things here. Is because you're not overfeeding in and committing. Like, it doesn't mean don't make risky plays, it just don't overcommit your plays. So like, to kind of rephrase that, go for the risky plays, don't overcommit the risky plays. Is that a better way to put it? I think if you can find like a vision of that, you'll be in a good spot. Yeah, I think from a Doomfist point of view, it has not been bad at all. And this is against like a pretty difficult comp, in my opinion. Like to find full value on Doom. It's gotten a little bit easier because they kind of switch off the AFK Sombra who just stands there in the back line.
Emongg blankies, emongg wiggle.
Yep. That one's a tough one for me. I feel like this is one of those situations where you need to start understanding position and you play a little bit safer for a second. Like, when you kind of get down into these, like, 15-second, 20-second windows, everybody starts to play a little bit differently because it feels like they have to go in and make a play. So I thought maybe, like, play a little bit safer for a second, kind of, like, give time for your team. It's tough to say. It's such a situational play, but, like, I think overcommitting sometimes can be tough. Like, that one's, it's very niche, but, yeah. Good idea going for the Ashe. I like that. Unlucky that you couldn't stay up there, but I think the punch on the Ashe was good. Gave you an limb. They might res it, but, you know, limbs like that, plays like that give your teammates a chance, so I'm not going to, like, fault that. You know what I mean?
Emong's job was simple. He sat at his desk in Boston and he spectated on a Tuesday. This is what Emongg did every Tuesday of every week, and he was happy.
I mean, I don't do it every Tuesday, okay? Okay, let's see how your attack goes here now. 3-3. Do I get the reference? I know the reference. What is it, the Stanley Parable or whatever? Because that's like I don't know if I said it right. I've never played the game, but I think Cactus has made like 5 versions of that, and now I know by now. Yeah, that was certainly a play right there. Ooh, a nice res. Wait a second. Ooh, okay. Playing it somewhat safe, disengaging, preventing the res. Not bad. Not bad. I'm okay with that. Like I thought you did that a little bit right. Now slow play this a little bit, like yeah, you're going for the risk is fine. Don't overcommit just yet. Wait on the gold. Going for the mercy. I like that play. I'm okay with that. Remember, there's people behind you. Be careful. Now play the corner for a second. Wait on the yeah. Not bad. Good job. I would say, yeah. I kind of like you going high here. Yeah, your teammates, yeah, maybe. This is hindsight, but maybe you get the bastion on the low ground there. There's no, like, I feel like either choice was fine. It's so hard to say. And I saw that coming from a mile away. All right, let's get the music going. You could have easily touched the point there. Let's head back. Let's see if you can make this work, get the win. I mean, it's possible still. They only have a minute. Your team's playing fairly well. Let's see how it goes. To be fair, I think the Doomfist teammates could have easily touched. My only counter argument to that is that, let's be honest, if you see a nano bastion, what are you doing? And I think it was the nano bastion that really changed the tides there. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, if I'm gonna be real with y'all. Also, overcommitted again. You can see what I'm talking about. It's really just comes down to your overcommitment. You have times where you play almost perfect, and then you have times where you like almost try to force a play, and you just shouldn't do it. But yeah, if there's a nano bastion and I'm on DBS and support, I'm not saying I'm hiding behind a wall, but I'm hiding behind a wall. Mechanically, I think your Doom is pretty good. I thought your mechanics were in good spots. I thought you made some fairly good plays. Like, I was super happy with that. I wasn't worried about that. It's more on the lines of, I think you just need to recognize that sometimes it's okay to go in, make a play, get out. Get in the limb, get out. It's also okay to swap. I mean, listen, at the same time, I try to stray away from getting everybody to go Orisa right now. So listen, we're just going to accept the idea that we just watched an Orisa game versus Doom, and it wasn't Orisa versus Orisa, okay? I want to see you do a little bit less of the overcommit your play and a little bit more of like just play smart, and I think you'll be in a good spot. Right? You have your ultimate, you think you can overcommit? Overcommit. Like, use your ult as an escape. Things like that. But just don't go in there, slam, punch, have no cooldowns, fall over, get res, rinse and repeat. You know what I'm saying? If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't, leave a comment, all of it helps. If you want to submit your own Spectated, look in the description below, you'll see my Discord, that's where you do that. We also record these live on stream. We have a lot of fun here, stop by if you haven't. And with that being said, hope you have an amazing day/night.